The Adventure of Lily and Quackers. Once upon a time, in a small peaceful village nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a little girl named Lily. She had big brown eyes, brown curls that danced in the breeze, and an adventurous heart. Every day, she would explore the fields, climb the trees, and chase the butterflies that fluttered through the air. But the place she loved the most was the pond just outside the village, where the water sparkled like diamonds under the sun. One evening, as the sky was turning soft shades of pink and purple, Lily decided to visit the pond one last time before bed. The air was cool, and the sound of crickets filled the evening with a peaceful melody. She walked to the edge of the water and sat down on the soft grass, letting her feet dip into the cool water. As she gazed across the pond, something caught her eye. In the middle of the water, there was a little duckling swimming all alone. It had golden feathers that shimmered like sunlight, and it paddled in circles, looking confused. "Hey there, little one," Lily called out softly, her voice like a whisper carried by the wind. "Are you lost?" The little duckling stopped and looked up at her. Its tiny wings flapped in the air, and it quacked gently, as if it understood her words. Lily stood up and took a step closer, her heart filled with concern. "Don't worry," she said with a reassuring smile. "I'll help you find your family." The duckling paddled closer, its little webbed feet making soft splashes in the water. Lily bent down, and with a gentle hand, she scooped it up. It was warm and soft, and she could feel its tiny heart beating fast. "I'm going to call you Quackers," she decided, "because you have the most adorable quack." Quackers gave a small, happy quack, and Lily smiled, feeling a special connection with the little duck. She could tell it was frightened, but it seemed to trust her. "Let's go find your family, Quackers," she said softly, and together, they began their search around the pond. As they walked, the sky darkened, and the first stars began to twinkle above them like little fireflies. The moonlight made the world feel magical, and Lily felt like they were on an adventure together. They walked along the water's edge, calling out softly for Quacker's family. The pond was quiet except for the gentle rustling of the leaves and the soft croak of frogs in the distance. Lily didn't mind the silence. She was happy to be with Quackers, and the night felt like a secret just for the two of them. As they rounded a bend, they came across a large ancient oak tree with thick branches that stretched out toward the sky. Underneath the tree was a cozy little nook, covered with soft moss. And there, under the moonlight, was a family of ducks, all snuggled together in a happy pile. Quacker's eyes lit up, and he let out a joyful quack. His tiny wings flapped, and he waddled excitedly toward the family. The mother duck looked up and waddled over to him, giving him a loving nudge with her beak. "Quackers," she quacked, her voice full of warmth. "Where have you been, my little one? We've been looking everywhere for you." Quackers gave a happy, almost proud quack and flapped his wings as if to say, "I'm home." Lily smiled, feeling a deep sense of happiness. "I'm so glad you're back with your family," she said, kneeling down to give Quackers a gentle pat. "You're lucky to have such a wonderful family to go back to." The mother duck waddled over to Lily. "Thank you for bringing Quackers home," she said with a soft quack. "We were so worried. He's a curious little duck, but he's safe now, thanks to you." Lily stood up and waved goodbye to the duck family, feeling proud of what she'd done. But just as she turned to leave, Quackers waddled over to her, looking up at her with big, round eyes. Then he did something that made Lily's heart swell with warmth. He nuzzled her leg, giving her a little nudge with his tiny head. "Quackers, you want to come with me?" Lily asked, kneeling down again. Quackers quacked in a way that seemed to say, "I'll visit you, but I want to go on adventures too." Lily laughed. "Okay, how about we make a plan? You can stay with your family, but we'll have adventures together every day, and I'll visit you here at the pond. How does that sound?" Quackers flapped his wings excitedly and quacked in agreement. Lily smiled, knowing that even though Quackers had found his family, their bond was special, and they would have many more adventures together. The great adventure begins. From that day on, Lily and Quackers had a wonderful routine. Every day, Lily would visit the pond to spend time with Quackers and his family. She would bring him little treats like pieces of bread or wildflowers, and they would play by the water or watch the clouds drift by in the sky. Each evening, as the sun began to set, Lily would sit by the pond, and Quackers would swim around her, sometimes jumping up to sit beside her as they watched the stars twinkle above. They shared stories and dreams about the world they would explore together, even if they had to say goodbye each night. Quackers, safe and happy with his family, never forgot Lily's kindness. And Lily, in turn, always cherished the bond she shared with her feathered friend. And so, while Quackers spent his days with his loving family, every evening, they reunited, ready for the next adventure in the magical world of friendship. The end.